Eye is not seen and ear is not heard. The wonderful contents that showed up in this box from my new friend and subscriber, John, and fellow woodworker from California. I don't have the ability to put everything, to share everything with you today. I don't want to, because everything in here, there's so many interesting things and so special that I want to, each one kind of deserves its own show and tell video, so to speak. Before we get into the contents of this box, I want to thank everyone. So many of you have sent me such wonderful tools and boxes and some handmade things and a lot of old tools that I just greatly treasure. Not everything that I receive is going to show up in a video, and it's not because one is better than the other. It's just different or not appropriate, or I'm just not. It depends. It just kind of depends. The reason why I think that a lot of folks, I get very similar letters from those of you who have sent these wonderful heirloom tools, is that most of these that are sent have been in your family, that are maybe belonging to your grandfather or even great-grandfather, and maybe there's not an heir in the family that would honor and treasure these things. Maybe there's some concern that they wouldn't be looked after, and that if something happened to them, that they would simply be sold at a garage sale, and just that heritage and that the importance of them wouldn't be passed on. And I feel very honored to be entrusted with so many of these family tools and heirlooms. Some folks have asked me specifically to make sure that I keep them in my family, and I will certainly honor that. Others say, if you find someone that's needing or worthy, that will understand the importance of this tool and look after it and take care of it, please, I give you my permission to pass that on. And a good portion, the lion's share of what I receive, I sharpen or restore, and I pass those on to people that come into my life. But back to the box. So, people have said that there's nothing better than what's contained inside of a Tiffany blue box. And I couldn't care less what's contained in a Tiffany blue box. I think that what's better than that is a Stanley yellow box. So these are a couple tools from the past here. Of course, you remember the very first one here that showed up in the original Stanley box was that fantastic drill guide, drill bit gauge. Can you imagine going into a hardware store? You know, go back 100 years and seeing the shelves stocked with these beautiful yellow Stanley boxes full of all these great tools that are so hard to find now. And then, of course, just recently, we have the beautiful Stanley 50, the bead plane, which we're getting into all this stuff. My remodel is getting in the way of my woodworking. But I've got today one of the many treasures in this box that John sent from California. Well, of course, it's going to be another Stanley yellow box. Look at that. Don't they look nice together, all reunited? How about this one? Do you think that's a 71? Do you think that's what's in there, or do you think it's just something different? When I saw it, I lifted it up and I knew exactly what it was, and I thought, no, it's too good to be true. There's probably something else in there. It can't possibly be a Stanley 71. Let's take a peek inside and see what John sent. I wish that I would have turned the camera on when I opened up the box that John sent. I absolutely was covered with goosebumps. Mrs. W was there just laughing at me. I haven't been this excited in a long time. I mean, this is just one. You won't even believe what he sent. All right, are you ready? Let's take a look at it. And of course, oh, look at it. It is a Stanley 71. Not only that, everything that John sent was in just a magnificent condition. Look at the original bits. Look at them, and sharpened. Still have can still see all of the honing slurry on there from where he sharpened. Isn't it magnificent? Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. I've never seen one to even purchase before. I have wanted this among other things, a few other things, but this was definitely in the top 3 on my list. A Stanley 71 hand router. You guys have seen. Let me show you. Remember The poor man's router, this is what I use to make my carpenter's bench. I've made lots of things with it. I've used it for all sorts of things, and it has, it's got the job done. This is essentially the same thing. Well, I couldn't say it's the same thing as this one, as the 71, but this one's much better. Look at the bits. So we've got, what we got here? We've got a regular chisel bit. I'll show you how these work. This one's got a point on it, and I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know what the different bits are for yet. I mean, these are too obvious. I don't know why you would use a pointed one over this one yet, but I'll be sure I'll find out. But what's so cool about this is the design of this is so clever. So you turn this, and look at that. Look at that pattern on that casting. Isn't that just charming? Goodness, what a beautiful tool that is. Just beautiful. So you take your bits, right? And they've got that little groove cut in them there. And so you put, it seems to me anyway, you line that up. Oops, you got to open this up first. You got to open that wing nut. Once you open that up, push this forward. And you put this in here, like that, right? Okay, so we can tighten this up. Let's say we'll just tighten it up a little bit. And then this knob right here, oh, I love it. That turns up on those threads, and then that adjusts that down. Can you see there? So if we turn it down, we adjust the depth of our cutter. Is it in view there? There we go. You can see it sticking down below there now. So once we set that depth to where we want it, I'll back it up here because I'm not going to actually cut with it. There'll be time for all this in the future. Then we can tighten this nut down, and now we have a hand router here. I've never used one before. I have really wanted one because this one here was not ideal. Man, oh man, that is so nice. I just don't know what to say, John. I mean, this one here says Stanley. These are the original Stanley bits. Now it looks like there's an opening here. I think that this is for, maybe it was for a depth gauge. It's probably what it was for some sort of a depth gauge. And I'll see if I can't find one of those. That would be kind of nice to have that, make it all complete, wouldn't it? Oh, this is really wonderful. So I can't wait. I have some really interesting things to show you guys, and not only the things that showed up that John sent, but I've got two other boxes that have really interesting tools in them from Carrie and Georgia, and then Linda and Newcastle also sent something from her father's that I think is super charming. I've never seen before. I'll cover that in the future videos if you want to see these show and tells. I wish we could start a project that would use this and show it in action, especially as well as that beating plane. You know, this one here, the 50. I can't wait to use it. I'm so deep in my remodel right now that I don't have time to be woodworking, but that will all come very soon. But I wanted to share that with you. That is really special, and to have that original box is very neat. After the remodel's done, I'm really anxious I need to get my wood shop upgraded a little bit and put some wood paneled walls and floor and a proper way to store all my tools and that stuff that I'm excited to do, but I've got to, I can only just do so much. I do what I can, so I'm anxious to do it, but I'll share with you other things in the future. So just a quick show and tell of the beautiful Stanley 71. Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate the letter that you sent, and how thoughtful. What a thoughtful gift of these. And I can tell you that they will be greatly appreciated, and I will use them and treasure them and keep them in the family, and be sure that I instill the importance of these things with as many people as I can. These are tools. There's some. I haven't mentioned this yet. I'll mention it briefly. I can't discuss it yet. But I'll be doing a traveling kind of a national tour this year, so to speak. and I've got speaking engagements in 6 different states, and I'll be making those announcements soon, and I'll be sharing these tools and talking about these, and I have a real passion for them. I'm new to them. I'm not an expert. There's a lot better people you can go to online to learn how to use them and what they're for. But I'm just like you guys. I'm not in any. I'm just in the same position. If you were to pick something like this up at an auction or eBay at a secondhand store and start using it, we're in the same boat together. So we'll learn how to do these things together. And one of the most wonderful thing about sharing and doing these videos is the wealth of knowledge from woodworkers that have a lifetime of experience in the comments, that have contacted me privately and given me help and advice that you can't put a price on. You cannot put a price on it. But thank you again, John, and also Carrie and Linda for the nice things that you send as well. I'll be sharing those in future videos. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Just wait. Just wait till you see the rest of the contents of this box. You're not going to believe it. So I have a bit of a rant for you today. I'm in a mood to rant a little bit. And the rant is about this, about the PC police. Many people, primarily women, have taken issue with some of the titles of my videos in regards to top 10 tools every man should have. They've taken issue that I use the word men or a man as leader into the video. I understand that men have become the lepers of the modern age, and that it is that a man can't have anything that is unique or wholly belongs to himself. It needs to be all inclusive. I understand that this is the common way of thinking in this current political environment. My rebuttal to that nonsense is this: is that 97.2 as of late % of those of you who watch the channel are male, and it is not sexist to make videos that are directed at a male, 97% male subscriber base. Because I wonder if those people, these same people, or primarily these women that are coming in and castigating me for being sexist, are you going to the makeup channels and castigating them and calling them out publicly? You're sexist. You're not making videos showing men how to do eyelash extensions. That's sexist. Or you are not you are sexist because you're not giving equal time to videos showing men how to do acrylic fingernails. I mean, because is that not a double standard? If you're going to go down that road, then do you not need to be consistent with it? Can we not all agree that the majority of people who buy power tools and work in the trades are male? Can we agree? It is a simple fact. So I don't think it's sexist. Well, I know it's not sexist to a thinking person to have videos that are geared towards a male audience. There's nothing wrong with that. We have that right. I know that we've become the whipping post and or the whipping child or the I don't even have the words. It's so infuriating. I guess it's so infuriating to see folks that have been so brainwashed by this current movement to demonize anything that sets the two sexes apart. Because anybody who knows anything, anyone who's been married and is a reasonable thinking person, knows that men and women are different. One not being better than the other, but different. And we can have things that we like that don't appeal, we don't necessarily have to do everything together, and not everything needs to be the same. And that's the way things are going. You look at, I'm a kind of a fan of picking on the hipsters because they're kind of the canary in the coal mine for all of these things. They are, everything about them, fashion and all of that is geared to for them to be exactly the same. There's not men's clothing and women's clothing. There is clothing that both could wear. I remember when Calvin Klein came out a few years ago with a fragrance that was suitable for men or women. It wasn't perfume. It wasn't aftershave. It was something that both could use. Blurring those lines between the male and the female And that's the direction you go to. We have a joke when we go to into the city, Mrs. W and I. We oftentimes go in our old neighborhood, which is a very trendy area full of hipsters, and we call you see the couples walking around together, male and female, and we call them Pats, because the only way you can tell the difference between the male and the female is usually, not always, but the male's typically taller. They're wearing the exact same glasses. They're wearing the exact same clothing. And what I see there, and it's a very strange phenomenon, is that in many of these couples, you can see that, we've been around them, that the men have relinquished their masculinity to the woman. And they are nothing more than how do I put it? An accessory to the woman's life. It's really, it's sad. It's sad to see. It's my rant. What does that got to do with hand routers? I probably should stay off these topics. Mrs. W doesn't like it when I rant and stick to like the tools, and there's probably many of you who will agree. But I'd like to hear your opinions on it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.